Well, this week's listing of Singapore property tech firm Ohmyhome on America's Nasdaq Stock Exchange has put the property sector here under the spotlight once again, this time over how far digitalization has changed the real estate sector and how far it still has yet to go. And here to tell us more is Nicholas Mak, Head of Research and Consultancy at ERA Realty Network. Oh, Nicholas, thanks for joining us. Now, let's talk about, the current state of technology in the property sector. What is it like? And is the pace of adoption fast enough for it to overcome challenges, say, the recent manpower shortage?
Well, actually, the pace of implementation of technology is just about right. Although there can be more advanced technology, but we must understand that the real estate business is still primarily about bricks and mortar. It is about trading of immovable assets. So moving too fast, implementing technology when the market is not ready could actually lead to even more problems.
So for most of us, as you said, when we think real estate, what you also mentioned it's brick and mortar, right? Also, what pops to mind are the portals that help us to put out and seek those property listings.
Yes.
Are there other types of technology being used but unseen by the general public that also, as is more important for the sector's efficiency?
Well, one of the things is actually the migration from paper, doing a lot of things on paper, to digitalizations. Take, for example, in the past when you just changing the property title from changing ownership of a property, there can be a lot of paperwork involved. But now, much of that done by lawyers, done by valuers, and also done by the government. A lot of that has been digitalized. So, and that will also actually allow the storage and also dissemination of some of the essential data for analysis and research.
So then what are the most important effects of digitalization in the property sector? How can the sector as a whole benefit?
Well, I think one of the most important steps or evolution of the real estate industry is it actually happens about 20-odd years ago when with the advancement of the internet, there was a migration from the advertisement or rather the promotion of properties from the newspapers to the internet. And that, although today it seems like, happens decades ago, but it is still very important because everything that happens after that, whether be it trying to sell the property from consumers to consumers or other forms, or even the implementations of new technologies like ChatGPT, that all those would not be possible if it's not for the internet. And right now, like for example, people are agents and also buyers are accessing a lot of information on the phone. I think the most important thing is actually making information very accessible to both sellers and buyers and also the brokers. But it also leads to a certain problem, which is actually information overload. So we may, the next step of technology is actually trying to build filters that actually to keep out the noise.
So building on that point, and also we talked about how this seems like the next step, right? So from newspapers to the internet, and now we're going to prop tech, using technology and digitalizing, the process. So in every industry, we see how technology can bring pain, but can also bring benefits. But with so much information online, what are the risks to cyber attacks? And do you think real estate sector can have too much automation and technology?
Well, I think that we must also understand that there's also a lot of people employed in the real estate industry. Like, for example, in Singapore alone, there are 34,000 real estate brokers. And some of the maybe functions in the real estate industry can be automated. Like, for example, the valuations of fairly generic properties like HDB flats. When some of these valuation services are digitalized, it actually reduces the businesses for a large number of property valuers, real estate professionals, and it does cause pain. Now, the next question is that is the government actually, normally a lot of the digitalization push is initiated by the government. Will they move to the next step to make property transactions even more seamless, to try to remove the human from it, the equation? But if that happens, it could also make a lot of, it could also raise unemployment.
So And also speaking of technology, you know, AR and VR, they have been transforming the industry for quite a while now. Besides this, what are the latest emerging tech trends that you think the industry will see moving forward?
Well, I think one of the most exciting things that happens recently is the introduction of ChatGPT. And at ERA Realty, we are actually implementing that into some of the mobile apps to enable our property agents to use that to communicate, to actually communicate better with their prospective clients. Like, for example, they may be able to send out email prospecting or answer some of the queries from the agents, from the prospective buyers or sellers. But of course, we must also set certain frameworks. Otherwise, this is a very new technology. We don't want it to be abused or to, well, you know, garbage in, garbage out. So we need to set certain guardrails to make sure that only the appropriate messages get sent out.
Right. Thank you so much for that. That was Nicholas Mak there from ERA Realty Network.